Coordinates: 50 degrees 26 minutes 50.3 seconds north, 30 degrees 32 minutes 12.6 seconds east, 50.447306 degrees north, 30.536833 degrees east, 50.447306. 30.536833 supported by opposition vacant the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine. Often simply Verkhovna Rada or just Rada, is the unicameral parliament of Ukraine. The Verkhovna Rada is composed of 450 deputies, who are presided over by a chairman. The Verkhovna Rada meets in the Verkhovna Rada building in Ukraine's capital Kyiv. The deputies elected in the 21st of July 2019 Ukrainian parliamentary election were inaugurated on 29 August 2019. The Verkhovna Rada was transformed out of the system of Republican representative body known in the Soviet Union as Supreme Soviet that was first established the 26th of June 1938 as a type of legislature of the Ukrainian SSR after the dissolution of the Congress of Soviets of the Ukrainian SSR. The 12th Convocation of the Supreme Soviet of the Ukrainian SSR issued the Declaration of Independence of Ukraine, introduced elements of a market economy and political liberalization, and officially changed the numeration of its sessions, proclaiming itself the first convocation of the Verkhovna Rada of Ukraine. The current parliament is the 9th convocation, because of the war in Donbass and the unilateral annexation of Crimea by Russia. Elections for the constituencies situated in Donbass and Crimea were not held in the 2014 and 2019 elections. Hence the current composition of the Verkhovna Rada consists of 424 deputies. In the last elections to the Verkhovna Rada, a mixed voting system is used. 50% of seats are distributed under party lists with a 5% election threshold and 50% through first past the post in single-member constituencies. The method of 50-50 mixed elections was used in the 2002, 2012, 2014 and 2019 elections. However, in 2006 and 2007, the elections were held under a proportional system only. According to the election law that became valid on the 1st of January 2020, the next election to the Verkhovna Rada again will be held under a proportional scheme. The name Rada means council. Read. The institution originated in the time of Kievan Rus, and then represented a council of boyars and of higher clergy. In the 17th and 18th centuries, the Dnieper Cossacks used the term to refer to the meetings where major decisions were made. The Cossacks elected new councils by popular vote. The Ukrainian People's Republic between the 17th of March 1917 and the 29th of April 1918 had a central Rada. The West Ukrainian People's Republic and the Ukrainian government in exile each had a UN Rada. Verkhovna, the feminine form of the adjective, vedovnij meaning supreme, derives from the Ukrainian word, ved meaning top. Another name, used less often, is the Parliament of Ukraine. The Supreme Soviet of the Ukrainian SSR replaced the All-Ukrainian Congress of Soviets and was a type of legislative authority of Soviet Ukraine according to the 1937 Constitution of the Ukrainian SSR. The All-Ukrainian Congress of Soviets had already been renamed the Supreme Council in 1927. The Congress of Soviets was initiated by its Central Executive Committee, which it elected and held accountable. The last chairman of the committee was Hryhorij Petrovsky. The first elections to the Supreme Council of the Ukrainian SSR took place on the 26th of June 1938. The first session of the parliament took place in Kyiv from the 25th of July through to the 28th of July 1938. The first chairman of the council was Mikhailo Bermustenko, who later died during World War II. In 1938, a presidium was elected by the council that was chaired by Leonid Kornies. The presidium represented the council whenever it was not in session. During the war, the presidium was evacuated to the city of Saratov in the Russian SFSR on the 29th of June 1943. The presidium issued an order postponing elections for the new convocation for 1 year while extending the first convocation. On the 8th of January 1944, The Council of Ministers of the Ukrainian SSR, in agreement with the Communist Party, decided to relocate the Presidium of the Supreme Council from Kharkiv to Kyiv. New elections were scheduled for the 9th of February 1947 for the council. Until the 24th of August 1991, Verkhovna Rada kept the name Supreme Soviet of the Ukrainian SSR. The first partially free elections to the Verkhovna Rada and local councils of people's deputies were held on the 4th of March 1990. Although the Communist Party still remained in control, a democratic bloc was formed by numerous parties, including People's Movement of Ukraine, Helsinki Watch Committee of Ukraine, Party of Greens of Ukraine, and many others. The 12th Convocation of the Supreme Council of the Ukrainian SSR issued the Declaration of State Sovereignty of Ukraine on the 16th of July 1990, and declared Ukrainian independence on the 24th of August 1991, at approximately 6 p.m. local time. At the time, the chairman of the Verkhovna Rada was Leonid Kravchuk. The Act of Ukrainian Independence was overwhelmingly supported in a national referendum held on 1 December 1991. On the 12th of September 1991, the parliament adopted the law on the leg.